I could get into it. I love it.
I mean, he was military, so obviously he was standing at attention. I mean,
he went there. If we don't expand on it, we're terrible hosts.
Owned the radio station, and he fell in love with me, and I ended up getting an interview for the radio station to be a salesman. I got the job, and then next thing you know,
you pounded them home. They loved it.
Women pounded out too. Shit, there ain't one woman out there fucking one dude no more. Days over with, except for you two. That's
right. Yeah. You'll never make it out of this fucking room alive.
Guys, I'm excited to have Dre Montez here on the show live in our current DYS studio. Thank you, Dre, for coming out, dude.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you. Thank you, D. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Sorry, Prison Mike. Sorry.
Prison Mike.
Gotta emphasize that. That's the handle, I've been told. So.
And like we talked about in our little partying break here, you and I met in a very cool way. We were opening shows for Tim McKernan on CBS Sports 920, InsideSTL.com. Remember saying that all the time?
Yes. Lots of fun.
It was so fun, dude.
So did you guys have like pause for like weather and traffic?
Yeah, actually. You talk for 20 minutes. Take a break.
It was full on,
20
man.
minutes, take a break. I mean, you do 3 breaks.
It was a system. You had to go by it.
Cool. There's a timer to look at. There's a guy waving at you. There's a guy pointing.
But you weren't playing music?
Yeah, I played music during my breaks. Coming into my show and then going out, I would play music.
Yeah, but I'd be driving in the morning every Monday through Friday. We had I did the 5 o'clock show. No, you were 5, I was at 6, right?
No, we were both at 5.
We're both at 5.
Yeah. I came in at 5 after you.
Okay.
Yeah, I came in that slot then.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember driving to the station, hearing your golden tones, man, and just your take on sports. It was very cool. You're very charismatic, very cool dude.
I'm passionate about it, man. But I've learned to tone it down over the years and realize that athletes are people too.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody's familiar with like his sports views. You know what I mean? Diehard Rams, football, this and that. What's your go-to sport?
Mike the Ex-Con is here too. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Did I not do it once?
Thanks for the fucking.
No, I was going to do like a thing, but then you start talking, so I'm like, oh shit.
Well,
I guess
here I am.
Hey, what's up, bro? All right. So go on, my brother.
My football team, the NFL, is the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
I'm a huge football fan, but I love baseball too. I love the NBA. I love college basketball, women's softball, NASCAR. I like going to the track on Tuesdays, play the ponies, and then going to the strip club after that. So Titty Tuesday. I'm an average guy. I'm an average guy.
Nice. Well, let's briefly touch on the history. So where are you from originally?
St. Louis, Missouri.
You're born and raised in St. Louis.
Born and raised.
Okay. So and you got into the military at what age and what division or whatever?
I joined the Navy right out of high school. I went to Sumner High School. 1989, I joined the Navy right out of there. And as a joke, in boot camp, I went to WACKY and I joined the Navy. All of us signed Hawaii on our dream sheet. All of us, as a joke.
Yeah.
3 of us got it, 2 of us from St. Louis. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
So you were stationed in Hawaii?
Yes.
What was that like?
You put an 18-year-old black kid from Hawaii, from St. Louis in Hawaii.
Yeah.
They created a monster.
Fuck yeah.
They made me a whore.
I was going to say, did you bang a lot?
Oh, my God.
You said in our little intro you want to go balls deep, so wherever direction we go, fuck it.
4,500 people a day, so the odds of me getting some pussy are very good.
So was it like threesomes and crazy shit, or just
I didn't really
doggy missionary
when I was in
on their face
when I was 19.
Sorry.
What did you say?
I could get into it. I love it.
I mean, he was military, so obviously he was standing at attention. I mean,
he went there. If we don't expand on it, we're terrible hosts. You talked about how much you got banged. It's beautiful in Hawaii.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, everybody was
So
coming there.
everybody's like, hey, you looked at him, you banging, or do you have to talk to him a little bit, or have dinner and shit? Or
I worked at one of the top tourist spots in Hawaii, being in the Navy.
So everybody's want to party. Everybody's ready.
See, some guys have all the luck. If I went to Hawaii, the only thing I'd find is fucking Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Dude, he's hot.
But, I mean, not just the people in Hawaii are beautiful. That's a whole different topic of discussion. But you got people that are visiting from other countries and everywhere. You get to see a different side of beauty.
See, I think he's got to figure it out there. You don't go to Hawaii and bang a Hawaiian chick.
Fuck no.
You go bang the chick that's on spring break from
North
Carolina.
Go America.
That was my favorite. My favorite part about LA, man, was everybody's from everywhere else. Everybody just wants to party and live and hang out and experience stuff. And yeah, it's a good time, man. So I can't imagine Hawaii's got to be 10 times more than LA.
God, it was Like when people say, man, I'm going to Miami or I'm going to Vegas. How they talk about it, I'm like, yeah, have you been to Hawaii?
Yeah.
I've only been to
this
prison.
motherfucker yet?
That's
I mean,
awesome, dude. So I got to ask about the Broncos. So you're from St. Louis, but how did the Denver Broncos fandom come into play?
This is how it happened. Raycom Sports was broadcasting Mizzou game. The game was a blowout, so they picked up another game. And at that moment, John Elway was in college at Stanford. At the same time, they were talking about the relationship that he had with his dad, Jack Elway, who happened to be his coach as well. At that same time, my dad was my baseball coach. So I said, wherever this guy go, I'm going to follow him in the pros.
Right on, dude. That's a cool story, man.
So he almost went to the Yankees in baseball. He almost went to the Baltimore Colts in football. But thank God he ended up a Denver Bronco.
Yeah, nice. No, that's awesome, dude. Very cool story about how you like the Broncos. So the military, you were in it for how long? How many years?
I was in it from 89 to 95.
So the whole radio thing, did you start doing that in the military, or when did that thing come about?
I was a damn truck driver. I became a groupie of this sports
So
talk
you became
radio
a truck
show.
driver right after the military?
Uh-huh.
Right on.
Not right after. You got to find yourself. I took a
Yeah.
little time out to figure out
Bang
shit.
some more?
Yeah, of course. You gotta
Let that
dick out
motherfucker
there,
heal.
You got to get the dick out there in the civilian life. Hey, I'm out now. Hey, dun dun dun.
You should have a moisturizer sponsor your show, which we'll get to, you guys. You're going to hear about his show and what he's doing. I'm very excited about what you're doing, man. So the radio bug, it bit you.
It bit me when I was a truck driver. I mean, I became a groupie
Really?
of this show
So I guess you get to see or listen to different shows at different parts of the country or whatever.
So they would do a lot of live remotes at the time. So I would go by for lunch and catch their live remote. I mean, just go. And I got so comfortable with the guys and got to know the salespeople, the other personalities and all this.
Yeah.
That my other part-time job, I was driving a limo. And I ended up working a wedding for the guy that owned the radio station. And he fell in love with me. And I ended up getting an interview for the radio station to be a salesman. I got the job. And then next thing you know,
what city was that?
Work and going in.
What city was that?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, Charlotte.
WFNZ, 610 AM radio.
Okay.
Yeah, so it started at. Yeah.
So what brought you back to St. Louis?
I gotten divorced from wife 2.
Did you meet her in Hawaii?
Wife 1 was in Hawaii.
Really? Nice.
I got divorced from wife 2 in Charlotte. I was like, well, shit. At the time, my son was about to start high school. So I said, yeah, I might as well go back home, be by this little motherfucker, and,
Right.
Be inspirational, be there for him in those
Nice.
pivotal moments when a kid going through high school. And I got here with 11:20, and at that same time, Nan Wyatt and the Cardinals left 11:20, and Howard Stern signed that big deal, and local talk radio went to shit in a handbasket across America.
Damn.
Yeah. So I had to come up with a plan and blah, 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 blah. A little time off, got back in the radio, and now podcasting. Here we are.
Nice, man. So what was your tie to McKernan? I only ever asked you this. How did you hook up with McKernan to get that spot on CBS where we met?
I saw an ad that they were looking for someone for 5 to 6 a.m. And I got really, really fucking stoned. And I remember my password in my laptop to find my resume with my hidden audio files in there. So I sent a copy of one of my shows from WFNZ, and boom, he was like,
nice.
Well, shit, okay. And I worked with DG when he had the Big 550.
Okay.
I forgot that. I worked there first. Yeah.
So was your first job in radio was sports radio?
My first job in radio was selling advertising.
I mean, on air.
Yes.
So it's until recently it's been sports.
It's always been sports. There's never politics and religion. It's always been sports.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight.
Whenever I started my podcast, when I first started in 2012, I kept bugging McKernan to interview him, and we never could hook up. And a couple months later, out of the clear blue, he said, "Hey, man, I know you've been bugging to interview me, and sorry we haven't hooked up, but I think I have something you might be interested in. Would you want to do a morning show before us?" So he emailed me about it. And I remember telling him about you. But, dude, when I heard your style, as I was driving in, we met and everything, there's just something about your style, dude. It's very just real, authentic.
I appreciate that.
You can tell you know your shit.
Brian Burwell told me that before he passed away.
Yeah,
He told me,
yeah,
he said,
man.
you bring in something a little different, the way you deliver and talk about sports. So you're so fucking passionate about it, for one. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love that shit, man. It's the unpredictability that drives me nuts. And everybody swears they know they're right. We don't.
Yeah.
None of us know. until the game is over.
Yeah.
Then we come with these ridiculous comments and
excuses and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just wild out there, but I love that shit, man. I love it.
Are there any people that you were influenced by, or just like the culmination of all the shows and you kind of do your own thing, or you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, like Mark Packer, Sandy Penner, Steve Zabin.
And these are all guys and girls that you were turned on to through your truck driving job.
I would listen to the show I was a groupie of this fucking sports talk radio show. They had a sign that said, awesome. You want to listen to radio? Buy a CD. You want to listen to music? Buy a fucking CD or buy a CD. That was one of the T-shirts they had.
Damn, so you banged some more.
Oh, the ass in radio is ridiculous.
That's so amazing. Is it weird to ask how many girls you bang?
Who gets more ass, a touring band or a radio host?
Or a truck driver.
Or a truck driver.
I mean, fuck. The top three.
If it costs you $20,
he did all three. The top three pussy getters ever. He did all of them. You've had more pussy than fucking toilet seat.
Trucker ass is different. I mean, because you get the lot listings out there.
He gets so much ass. He calls it. Well, there's trucker ass. Right. There's Hawaiian ass. There's radio ass.
Military ass. You got restaurant ass. You know, well, you got restaurant ass too.
Restaurant ass. This is crazy. I love it.
As long as you're not ordering off
job has, there's ass in it.
We're not disrespecting females, are we? I mean, we're talking about it. They probably loved it.
Shit. They do the same fucking
You pounded them home. They loved it.
Women pound it out too. Shit, there ain't one woman out there fucking one dude no more. Days over with, except for you two. That's
right. Yeah.
Your situation.
You'll never make it out of this fucking room alive.
That's great. That's awesome. Oh, dude. So tell us about what the middays with Dre. Tell us about what you're doing now, man. Where people can find you and all that good stuff.
I appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah, man.
I have a podcast called Who's to Blame, and you can find that wherever you get your favorite podcast, on iTunes and Anchor, SoundCloud, Spotify, all that. But I do a live streaming show called Montez at Midday on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to about 11:30. And I'm about to start a new show called Who's to Blaze. It's a cannabis lifestyle show. So there's that. And I'm also doing a college football show every Saturday, starting the first weekend of college football. Now, that's through ASAP Network, All Sports, All Plays. And that show is on Roku. But we're on break right now with the show into August 1st. We're updating our website, getting some new swag.
Nice.
Shout out to my man Stu as well. That should be doing that.
Nice.
And revamping the whole studio setup because we do it from home and we also travel out to the road. And we got to update the website due to the fact that we picked up some new sponsors. So shout out to all the new sponsors that stepped up to the plate with Who's to Blame and Montez at Midday.
Now, with Who's to Blame, is that sports-based? Or?
Yeah, it's all sports.
It's all sports.
It's just a straight podcast. I just started adding video to that podcast about 3 months ago.
You need to introduce him to that kid that we met at that casting call.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
We met this little 11-year-old kid, 12-year-old kid. This was nuts with, like, he sounded like he was straight off First Take, huh?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, he had all the facts and stats.
Oh, yeah, he had all that, yeah.
He was.
See, them stat people, they scare the fuck out of me because that's all they know.
Yeah.
That's all they know is stats.
Right.
They just can't answer. I mean, I don't knock the people like that, but
There's a place for them here and there, for sure.
I find humor out of guys that just know stats.
I want to hear opinions from the heart, passion.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's what you give, and yeah.
Like, I don't go to sports bars to watch football anymore. I have enough televisions at home. I watch them all at home because I don't like watching football with that fantasy fucker. Right. I don't want the guy telling me, I had to bring the kid to the bar. Can you calm down? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Then you got the bartender, I can't find the remote. I don't know what channel the game is on. How'd you get the job?
Yeah.
9 TVs on one fucking game? I'm out.
And, dude, I can't even look at my fantasy shit like you were saying, man. It's all about our teams. Did they win or lose? Maybe after their game I might check it out, but I don't even think about fantasy. I'm old school.
I played fantasy NASCAR like one time.
Should we do a quick football show after this? Or is that weird? Or something? Bust one out,
What do you want to talk
maybe?
about?
Wait, look, I have a question that I always like asking every time we talk to anybody about sports, just because I feel like it's a good question to be asked, and it's kind of trolling at the same time. Is Tom Brady the GOAT?
Yes.
I agree.
For sure.
I mean, I've asked Darren that question.
Oh, 100%.
His baby mama is fine. His wife is fine. The man signed the largest television contract for someone that has never done sports broadcasting. That's sinking.
$350 million over 10 years? And
He's
apparently,
the lead analyst.
and he's made 333 as an NFL quarterback. So he's making more in the next 10 years doing broadcasting.
This
than he
dude is
did.
on a whole.
Of course, that doesn't include all his endorsements and
level.
shit.
But he kind of cheated. He kind of cheats.
How?
I mean, Deflategate, the Tuck rule.
Deflategate.
I mean, it's still like.
I mean, I think there was
when
some
they
weird shit going on. He should have been honest about.
Like,
but he could have won with the
Belichick got
bowling
caught-
ball or a
Belichick
nerf.
obviously got caught like stealing plays, playbook, all that, the whole Spygate shit. Like,
There's definitely some weird shit going on. I think.
I still think he's the greatest ever
But-
played.
I think
too,
all
but-
sports cheat, though.
I don't think it
If you're not
mattered.
cheating, you're not going to win. Look at what the Astros did.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a
That's
point.
cheating on a whole new motherfucking level.
So
Our
they've done
sports
come
show
out-
has started officially.
They've done come out with a whole new technology
A
in
whole new
baseball,
type- I
all
mean, just
because of the
what the fuck?
Astros last year.
Guys,
And then look at what the Redskins. Well, what are they called now?
what the fuck are they called now? The Washington
They're like the
Commodores,
Generals or
Is
something.
it Commodores?
The Commodores or some shit.
That's a black band from the 70s.
Commandos. What the fuck are they named? That team that Daniel Snyder owns. He defrauded the paper, the fans on their money.
Commodores.
He kept
It's
two
fucking
separate
It's
books.
the Cool in the Gang.
Cool, yeah.
KC
and the Sunshine Band.
Commanders. The
I'm
Washington
not totally
Commanders.
white. I know
That's it.
Cool in the Gang.
The Washington Commanders. But that motherfucker was cheating the books and the fans.
Stupid. I love it. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Hold on a second. What just happened?
Just roll with it.
That was kind of a like a crazy ass sports show promo. We'll when we do a real sports show, we'll play that as the intro where we spazzed out. But I want to ask you a question about the St. Louis media. What are your thoughts on just I don't know, just the overall vibe, and is it kind of a camaraderie thing, or is it do your own thing, fuck everybody else?
St. Louis sports media?
Yeah.
It has definitely changed. It has taken on a whole new.
Because when we were doing shit, man, I'm not gonna mention names or
Yeah.
whatever, but there was a lot of shady shit that goes down, man.
Hell
Isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, I got a little taste of some shit that was going down. I couldn't believe it, man.
It's,
These motherfuckers think more about girls and drugs and pussy and dick, and they're thinking about all this crazy shit. Which, hey, don't get me wrong, we got a party, yeah, but there's a time and place. You don't do it as a fucking leader and a manager of a business trying to crush it in media.
right.
You don't try to bang everybody and do drugs and get all fucking. Don't
But
pay your
that's,
rent.
that's what they've been shown.
It's
what they
fucked up.
do.
I know, dude. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. That's what they do.
So
I mean,
is,
I kind of feel like this is just an extension of the music industry, man. Like,
yeah, maybe it is.
I mean, if you
And
think
I don't
about it,
wanna-
it might be talk radio, but all radio exists because music exists.
And should we single out St. Louis, or is this a local thing everywhere?
I think it's
Oh,
going
it's
on
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I saw a
it's gotta
darker
be
side of
everywhere.
radio in Charlotte. I saw a darker side of radio in Shreveport.
I mean, just.
I mean, look at the Howard Stern
frustrating,
movie and
isn't
the
it?
shit that they were doing back then.
That's just the shit that they want us to know. What about
Right.
the shit we
You know what I
don't
mean? They're
know?
not-
seriously,
Right.
yeah, right.
They're not showing you what. Yeah, they're not. They didn't show you the behind the scenes
Yeah.
shit.
And you say to yourself, how is this happening on that level?
Right.
And nobody's saying a thing about it because they
fucking
controlling the
crazy.
narrative.
It's drugs, sex, and rock and roll, baby.
That
You
shit
guys-
is real.
yeah.
The one and only Dre Montez on the Darryn Yates Show. We're approaching 20 minutes. Do I want to finish with like what's your like dream job? Like
I'm doing it now.
Where do you
Real
want to
talk.
be in a certain amount of years, or you are there now?
I'm
Are
here.
You're doing your dream thing.
I'm where I want to be at right now. I'm in the moment.
So you're in the moment, and you know you're heading in the right direction, and you're doing your thing. It's
Yes.
like whatever
I'm
whatever
not one-
extent you do it, who cares? I'm doing it already.
Right. I'm not to
I
the
got
point where, damn, I wish I would have did this at 41. I wish I would have done this. I lost my vision 4 years ago. Had already retired from softball. I've had a great fucking life. You don't need vision to talk. There it
Right
is.
on, man.
I'm right where I'm at.
it. Yeah.
Right where I want to be at.
I love it, man.
And it's getting better and better. Better and better.
Well, dude, thank you so much, man. Here, just a bro hug here.
for sure.
Seriously, man. Thank you, my friend. I've been wanting to get you on here.
Sure. My man.
You're one of my favorites, dude.
I like your style too, man. I check out your shit and I share it all the time as much
Right
as I
on, man.
can on Facebook and on Twitter as well.
I appreciate it,
But yeah,
man.
you know, radio heads have to stick together. You know, you got Lux. She can ready to leave radio. She's leaving 105.7.
Yeah.
She's cutting
Yeah.
down her last 8 shows, I do believe. It's a lot of people leaving radio to do their own thing
Yeah.
in television.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I bring that up not to bash on everybody. I want it to get better.
Right.
Like to your point, we can do this together, man. We all do shit together and we support each other. It'll be another Austin or
fantastic.
Nashville or LA or New York. That's why we need to come together and do this with a passion and look for fucking events. There's no events. We should throw a fucking event. I talk about all the fucking time. I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to fucking do it.
Just do it.
Where
just
we just
invite people out and just
talent. We all just hang out.
Bring your shit.
I'll MC it. We'll take turns. We'll invite people. We'll do all kinds of crazy shit. Have our favorite bands. Just
get an on Tracy Lane performance going on.
Dude, just some crazy kick-ass entertainment variety show.
What's the worst that could happen? Someone's going to get pregnant.
Right.
That's the worst thing that could happen.
Well, I don't know about that.
Right on, man.
I have a tendency to go to jail.
Oh, God, that's not happening again. Not on my watch.
No.
Mike the X-Con, thank you. Dre, thank you.
No problem. Thank you, DY, and thank you, Mike the X-Con.
Look at that camera and tell me if you can see my mouth moving as I'm talking from there. That's what she said. Can you see my mouth moving? Check. When they do all this and cut, yeah.
Rub yourself. Is that right?
I'm turning that into an NFT.
You guys, hold on.
Are we rolling? Is everything rolling?